There was actually a fairly decent article in a conservative publication this week, the Washington Examiner. And it caught my attention because of the title of it. It said, "The Impending Republican Collapse." So anytime you see a conservative outlet out there reporting on the Republican collapse, it's gonna get your interest, right? And this one did. And of course, the article goes through talking about how Republicans are, in for a rough ride in the midterms. And it's all because of Donald Trump, they said, which is mostly true. And that's also shocking for a conservative publication to get something almost completely right. But they did leave out some very important facts. And I'll get to that in a minute. But I do want to talk about this because they mentioned part of the problem is standard midterm woes, especially for a second-term president. Part of the problem is Trump's ill-considered war in Iran and the subsequent increase in gas prices. Trump family self-enrichment probably plays a role too. But they added that all of this, quote, likely means a tsunami election in the 2026 midterm elections, with Democrats taking the U.S. House and gaining seats in the U.S. Senate, while also winning state-level races. All of that is true. And in fact, if you look at the betting markets, if you look over at Kalshi, the odds of the Democrats not just retaking the House and gaining seats in the Senate, but retaking the House and the Senate, those odds are going up. More and more people believe that the Democrats are likely going to retake at least one House, if not both chambers of Congress. So that is pretty remarkable. And of course, this author goes on to talk about Iran and how that's screwing things up for Republicans, talking about the polls, consumer confidence is at an all-time low here. They mention it wasn't this low since what they call Bidenflation, because you got to get that dig in on Biden, even though it started under Trump. Okay. So that's one of the things they conveniently omitted. But not once in this article where they're talking about all Trump's missteps, which are true, not once do they mention the fact that these Republicans who are going to be on the ballot in November, because Trump will not, haven't done anything. It's not just that Donald Trump is dragging the party down. It's not just that historically, the party in power will lose in the midterms. It's also because the Republicans that have been running things for years have done nothing. They have passed the fewest pieces of legislation ever. They can't pass a single years-long budget at all. Not since Mike Johnson has been Speaker have we had a full year's budget for the entire government. It's been reconciliation after reconciliation, government shutdowns here and there, almost government shutdowns 8 times since Republicans retook the House of Representatives in 2022, 8 times that we almost had a shutdown, not including the times we did have shutdowns. They can't govern. So it does drive me crazy when I see conservatives talking about, the polls are bad and we're going to lose because the economy is not good. You're going to lose because you've done nothing about those issues, okay? And that's the part that Republicans as a whole, moderate Republicans, MAGA, doesn't matter. You guys never seem to get over that hump and come to that realization. Yes, Trump is unpopular and he's going to bring you down. Yes, historical precedent says you're going to lose anyway. But you guys are using all of these, Iran is unpopular, gas prices up. You're using everything else as a scapegoat. We don't have to change as a party because it's not our fault. It's all of these external factors. That's what drives me crazy about Republicans. They're not coming to that realization that we don't offer the public anything. We don't do anything for working class people. We punish working class people. That's why you lose. All those external factors do play a role, sure, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, You guys are nothing but a group of lazy, pathetic, self-dealing losers. And that is the biggest factor coming into play in the midterms. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.